Hey, what's up? This is Mikey from Blue Monkey Bicycles, and in this video we're reviewing the Spark from Syx Moto. This is an electric balance bike for children, and it's fantastic. I love it, they love it, and I think you'll love it too. Let's jump in. The Syx Moto Spark can teach kids how to balance with seemingly magic powers. Anyone who rides a bike knows that momentum is key to balance, but for some reason it's taken us this long to realize that kids need that too when they're learning. My little girl happens to be 4 right now, and all the skill that she has she learned from an electric balance bike. Because the bike is so much fun, the kid can really move under their own skill, and the motivation to keep going is monumental. With my little girl Sweet Pea, she jumps back on the bike again and again, overcoming her own frustration simply because the reward of riding is so great. The Syx Moto is made of scaled-down bike parts in most respects. The tires have tubes inside, the handlebars have regular grips, and the battery and motor are scaled-down versions of their full-size counterparts. The handlebars are pretty wide for kids, actually. I think this is intentional so kids don't overreact when turning. The real tire and tube combination provide a great amount of control on the bike, and also a little bit of cushion. Both of them make sense for the terrain that kids will be riding on, mostly in the grass. The band brake is perfectly fine for this application, but I really didn't like having to disassemble the whole thing just to get the back wheel on and off. The motor is surprisingly big inside of the bike. It does perform much quieter than the smaller motor, and maybe that's their goal. The battery is fairly large in physical size, but small in capacity. We're looking at a 24-volt 2 amp hour pack. If you wanted to lose your warranty and rebuild the battery, you could probably crack it open and fit more cells inside. I don't know if it would run that way, but the bike is rocking a tiny roller chain instead of a typical bike chain, and the ratio between the motor and the rear cog is actually pretty funny. 11 teeth on the front and 55 in the back. That's some serious climbing power. The bike caps out at around 5 to 9 miles per hour, largely depending on the size of the rider. I'm perfectly satisfied with the ride time for a single charge. In most cases, kids simply wanted to take a break or play something else, and they just naturally regulated their own use. Go ahead and ride, and I want you to take some turns and hit the brakes and just go, go, go. All right?
Take some turns. Take some turns. Take some turns. Take some turns. And hit the brakes.
It all sounds very wonderful and magical, but there's actually a problem. There's a few cheap parts on the bike that are actually pretty easy to forgive. I mean, after all, it's made for a child, so quality isn't really the forefront of the purpose. But just to keep you aware, the chain guard cracked pretty quickly on the bike. I mentioned earlier that the band brake was an obstacle for taking off the back wheel. When the kids started doing jumps on the bike, the sprocket came off of the chain, so that is possible. The big thing that I really didn't like, though, was the charger. The charger is really slow. And actually, I would insist that the company have at least an option for an upgrade. I understand that they're keeping the cost down, and I sincerely appreciate that for a kid's bike. But the problem I had was that after one kid got off, another kid wanted to turn. That's fair enough. But when the battery dies, it takes a long time to recharge. The battery pack is 2 amp hours, and the charger outputs 0.6 amps. At this rate, the charger needs 3 hours and 20 minutes to fully recharge. So here's the best part. The Syx Moto Spark is $300. That is roughly half of the competition. For this kind of a price, I start to decide between this or maybe like one of those princess SUVs or whatever. It's got like the superheroes on it. You know what I'm talking about. You find them at Goodwill and they got sun-bleached plastic and a dead battery. Those kind of things, they're not going to last very long. You can't pass them from kid to kid. But more importantly, they don't give real skill. With the kind of bike from a Syx Moto Spark, you can actually pass that on to a regular biking movement. As a matter of fact, Sweet Pea already knows how to ride a pedal bike, and she didn't even practice all that much because she had all of that training balancing in the first place. And that is one of the most magical things about the bike. I can fully recommend the Syx Moto Spark for at least one kid. If you got more than one kid, you should probably consider getting more than one battery, unless your kids like to play Monopoly in between rides. Thanks to Syx Moto for providing the bike for this review. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know if there's any other kind of kids balance bike that's out there that I might want to give a shot. Thanks for watching Blue Monkey Bicycles, and I will see you guys on the later.